Today we are here to celebrate a monumental occasion, as we talk about the academic excellence that's happened at Ottawa Hills High School. And we've had some very distinguished guests with us today to help us celebrate the success of our students, our staff, and our instructional leadership team and our school community. With us today, we have board members, Ms. Geetson, Ms. Slade, Mr. Konarskis from Kent ISD. Mayor Hartwell's with us today. Give it up for those guys. We also have board member Mr. Hoskins, Ottawa Hills alumnus. Today is about academic achievement, academic excellence. Ottawa Hills High School has shown over the course of the last 3 or 4 years that it's been able to move forward, move from the ground level, and move to a higher plate. And we've done a fabulous job in doing that. And everything should be, all the accomplishments should be given back to our students that we have here today. So give yourself a round of applause. Additionally, as I stated earlier, our staff has done a wonderful job in moving academic achievement from where it was 4 years ago. If you look at our ACT scores, we were at 14.2. We've moved those ACT scores to 16.2. We've made great progress in moving our ACT scores, our MME scores, and the likes. So give it up to our staff. So with that, we have a short program for you. That is our welcome. We're going to have our choir come before us and sing a song entitled Dreams. And then we're going to have our keynote speaker address us from the State of Michigan Department of Education.
unstoppable dreams. They never go. Dreams are a part of you. If you believe in your dreams.
Before I bring up or introduce our keynote speaker, I would like to acknowledge the missing presence of our superintendent. Mrs. Neal could not be with us this afternoon. She is dealing with a very serious family matter, and I hope that everyone here keeps her in their prayers and thoughts, okay? Mr. Gorman is also absent, which is the executive director of high schools. He's not present either. He's dealing with a medical, not emergency, but he's dealing with bringing in a newborn to the world. So with that, we'll move on, but I did want to acknowledge those two individuals. So we're going to talk about the keynote speaker today. Keynote speaker is our state superintendent of public instruction. He's a stalwart of education, leadership, and reform in Michigan. Superintendent Flanagan pushes local, state, and federal policies to reimagine instruction for all students. Superintendent Flanagan has directed the Michigan Department of Education since May of 2005 and chairs the State Board of Education. With 30 years of leadership as a local, regional, and state superintendent, Superintendent Flanagan brings decisive and practical vision to rebuilding a system that develops stronger educators and high-achieving students. As state superintendent, Superintendent Flanagan advises the State Board of Education, the governor, and the state legislature regarding public education in Michigan. He also serves as executive director, statewide associations that represent Michigan's public school superintendents and intermediate school districts in the state. For 7 years, Superintendent Flanagan served as superintendent of schools at Wayne Regional Educational Service Agency. Prior to that, he was the superintendent of the Farmington and/or Farmington Hills School District in Michigan for 5 years. He is a past chairperson of the Education Alliance of Michigan, a nonprofit coalition of leading parent, business, and education associations, and past president of the National County Superintendents Association. Superintendent Flanagan has degrees from the University of Notre Dame, as well as Eastern Michigan University. He is married to Anna and has 3 married children, Mike, Brian, Christina, and 2 granddaughters, Ella Grace and Elijah. I bring to you Superintendent Mike Flanagan.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My grandkids live nearby, and I'm happy to be here today. I'm going to try to swing by and see them on the way home. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. I am here to honor all of you, primarily the students and teachers, because as Principal Lewis has said, you've made such great academic achievement strides in the last few years, it's almost unbelievable. Between 2009 and 2010, Ottawa Hills High School showed significant improvement in all 5 statewide tested subjects. I'm responsible for 2 million students in this state. You're some of them. You're in 1 of 4,000 schools. And you've tested and improved in all 5 areas. That never happens. This is a credit to you. I know that this is ultimately about the work that you put in and the great teachers that you have. You've made something called adequate yearly progress for 3 years in a row now. And as the principal said, you kind of pulled yourself up from being a school that was struggling to one that really is leading the pack. I want to really applaud the community, the board, the students, the teachers, all of you that have been involved, coaches that have been here for the tremendous effort you've put forth. So I grew up in New York City, and I had a teacher named Miss Kubler. I was a discipline problem. I was a kid who was going the wrong direction, and I think my teachers, frankly, would be surprised what I'm doing today. And each one of us have had a teacher like that. Mayor Hartwell, President Obama, Governor Snyder, every one of you in this room, every teacher, including me. If I didn't have Miss Kubler in my life, even though I had two great parents, I don't know what direction I would have taken. And I think it's time that we not only honor what your achievements are here at the high school, but teachers for their commitment. If it wasn't for the over 100,000 teachers in this state wouldn't be turning around the way it is right now. It would be sinking, and we owe them so much. And you know, I want to say to the teachers, first and foremost, you've chosen the most important profession there is. It's a noble profession. If anything, some of the reforms that have come down in the last year where we all feel a little bashed, I think this is one reason I want to come to places like this to say, you're doing a remarkable job. I can't thank you enough for it. We'll get through all this stuff, and some of the reforms are federal and some of them are state. But I encourage you kids, you students, to think about teaching. It's an honorable profession, and it's something that you'll make a difference in the lives of lots of kids. And really what that's leading me to is, I'm here for a second reason today. And that's to share some good news with you. And that good news has been kept a secret. And that's a secret that's hard to keep. Principal's done a great job, I think others in this room, but very few people know it. In fact, I had to pretend I didn't know someone a moment ago in order to be able to pull this off. Because I'm here to tell you that out of 115,000 teachers in the state of Michigan, 115,000 teachers, the 2012-2013 Michigan Teacher of the Year is Ms. Bobbi Jo Kenyon. I'm going to give this to you in a minute. And I think there's some other people. I think you have some people that are coming to the front of the audience now, too. So, a couple of, I know her family just joined Ms. Kenyon here, and it was a surprise. They didn't give it away, huh? They're doing, but there's a couple of firsts. Ms. Kenyon is the first teacher in the Grand Rapids public school system that has ever been named Michigan Teacher of the Year. And here's a few things that she's going to do. You can see why I need the microphone now, right? Because we're recording this. We've arranged for TV and others to be here. She was selected not only from 115,000 teachers, we narrowed it down to 18 regional winners, and then she was the winner of the entire state. And as you know, Ms. Kenyon teaches science and math, and even has developed a science forensics class that's now offered in all Grand Rapids high schools, and I hope with the county here today they'd consider about expanding that to all the high schools in Kent County. She's a second-generation teacher. Her father taught science for 37 years, and that might, is that your dad? Yes. Heading up here? Sir, why don't you raise your hand for your dedication and the 37 years that you taught. We appreciate it very much, sir. You can do the hugs for a minute, please. So a few other quick notes. As Teacher of the Year, she's going to have a lot of opportunities in this next year. She's going to meet with policymakers in Lansing and in Washington. Think about this for a minute. Every place that Ms. Kenyon goes, she's going to be representing teachers in this state, over 100,000 teachers. She's going to represent the voice of teachers. She'll meet with Governor Snyder, all members of the state board. I'm chairman of the state board. She'll have the opportunity Most of the things that affect you every day in school are done by the state superintendent and the State Board of Education. And what we started a number of years ago is we asked the Teacher of the Year to join us every month at our state board meeting so that we can ask her for advice on are we headed in the right direction and help us think through some of these important decisions that we make. So we're hoping that we're going to be able to accommodate that one day a month where she can come and represent all teachers with those important decisions. She's going to attend Space Camp in Huntsville, Alabama. That comes with this if she chooses. She's gonna next year at this time, it just happened last week, all Teachers of the Year from all 50 states meet the President at the White House. She's gonna, and comes with this, she's gonna receive some high-tech tools for use in your high school that are gonna come as a result of her. And then here's a nice little byproduct that got added a few years ago. We're able to work with partners at MEMIC Insurance Company so that for a full year, she's going to receive the use of a brand new car. So congratulations, Ms. Kenyon, and would you like to make some comments, please?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this great honor, and this is a huge surprise. And Mr. Lewis has been asking me daily if I've heard anything about this, and I told him he would be the first to know, but little did I know that I would actually be the last to know. So thank you for that. And the other thing I'm thankful for is that he told us not to dress for the 80s day that I was going to wear today, so that would have been pretty embarrassing for the School Spirit Week. But I have so many people in my life to thank for this, but definitely the most important person is my father, who has taught me what it means to be a teacher. And every day I have seen throughout my life how hard he works to be a teacher. It's hard work, but the whole benefit is the reward that you get from it that just nothing can describe. And from that, I was told that since I was a little kid, 5 years old actually, I told everybody that I wanted to be a biology teacher. And here I am all these years later, and it has always been my goal. I've always wanted to be a teacher, and I thank him for that inspiration in my life so that I can inspire other young people out there and hopefully encourage other people to go into teaching as well. Like one of my students, Shraven, if you're out there, recently told me she wanted to be a teacher, and I'm very proud about that. So besides that, I also want to thank my principal, Mr. Lewis, who has pushed me to go beyond my own classroom and to take risks. And one thing I remember him coming in the fall to my classroom and telling me that I was nominated for Teacher of the Year, and he told me that maybe he felt that I would make a good candidate to stand up here, and I didn't believe him. I never thought that I would be in this position, so he was right, apparently. And the other thing is that it pushes me out of my comfort zone, and that's a hard thing to do for both the students and for adults. For instance, me coming down to this assembly thinking I'm going to sit with you guys and being up here. So this is just an amazing honor for me. Besides that, I want to thank all of my colleagues out there that I work with. The people at Ottawa Hills have been amazing, and they work so hard every day. So give a hand to all the other teachers here that work so hard for you. And I feel very honored to represent the outstanding teachers here at Ottawa Hills, in our district at Grand Rapids, and throughout the state of Michigan. This is just a complete honor that I am completely shocked about. But most importantly, I want to give the best thanks to my students out there. My my current and former students, and you guys are the reason that I'm up here, because you guys inspire me to be the best teacher that I can be, and that's the reason why I'm here. And I honestly care for and want the best for each and every one of you here. And when you guys succeed, I succeed. And I hope you'll go on to do great things. So again, thank you to everybody and my family and Lance, who is my greatest supporter and cheerleader in my life, and for God for giving me this opportunity to have this position in this career, and to all of you. Thank you so much.
Don't leave yet. I'd like to take one more moment. There's one more thing, and someone's here to give you a special presentation. Andy Steensma, please, sir.
It's indeed a great honor and a privilege for me to come here today representing Mimic Insurance Company. I'm the local agent here and have been for 30-some years, but the nicest part is I live within a mile of this school. And to hear results like this coming from the school and from the students, it's just really astounding and just really great. So I want you all to realize that the community also definitely supports you and want you to continue on this upward trend. And in honor of that, I have a check for So in addition to the car to use for a year, we also have $1,000 that we are giving to the school to help her in her education, whatever things you need, and to forward your excellent teaching. Thank you very much.
So you see why I needed the microphone, and we waited it out. You guys have been great. I know it's the end of the day. It's a long day. And I don't know if you really understand. This is the top of our profession, including my profession. I'm a teacher. I happen to do some administration the last few years. But it's always my favorite time of the year, every year, for 7 years now, when I get to surprise the Teacher of the Year. And we certainly have a great one this year. So again, thanks so much for being here, and congratulations, Ms. Kenyon.
So in closing, I would like to say congratulations, Ms. Kenyon. You deserve everything that you got today. You are the Teacher of the Year at Ottawa Hills, Grand Rapids Public Schools, as well as the state of Michigan. And dreams are possible. The kid said it today. Your dream came possible since the age of 5. Today, you stand before everybody as the best of the best out of the state of Michigan. So we thank you. Students, she said it's a testament to you and your hard work. And so keep plugging away and make sure you finish in 48 months and graduate from Ottawa Hills High School. Thank you very much. At this time, we are going to conclude the ceremony. We are going to ask that the individuals that are sitting before us on the stage exit out to my right, and as well as the dignitaries that are sitting before us. Students, you will just be dismissed by Mr. Brown, so please stay seated as we discuss. Thank you.